Hi guys, it's me again. So I'm sitting here in my cozy office, but this time I'm sitting in my sofa, and I've just had some sittings today again, and I actually start to love them again. And I usually love them, it's just the thought of them sometimes, because I used to put a lot of pressure on me. And you want to be good when you're serving people. And the thought of maybe not being good enough is always a scary part. I've been involved in this now for almost 30 years, and I still have a lot of issues. But I know that for me, I have to face my fear to be able to go through it, so to speak. Because if I run away, if I shy away, I will still be that little scared little cat, so to speak. So that's not me. So regardless how uncomfortable things has been in my life, I like to put my feet into it to learn about it, so it's not scary anymore. And I done the same with private sittings. I know a lot of people stop doing them because of the pressure, but I also feel personally that it's nothing that sharpens your mediumship as much as the private sittings. And I also know that they are very, very important, because if you go to a public demonstration, for example, you can sit in the corner, in the back, like I did the first time, and was just curious. And it's a little bit more of an entertainment, and it's maybe 10 in the audience who are lucky enough to get the message, and they're usually not that long, because that's not what demonstrations is about. But for example, if you have a private sitting with someone, most of us medium, we work for 30 minutes. Others work longer as well, but for me 30 minutes is quite all right actually. And I find them very important, because that's when you see the soul in the other person. You see the true them, so to speak. And when you see the radiations in the auric field from their soul and their spirit, you know that every person are beautiful. And for me, I have learned to be more tolerant with people because of this. I always know that if they behave strangely, if they are mean, or if they are dominant, or if they are rude or whatever, it's usually a reason of hurt within them. That's why they behave like they do. So when you have a private sitting and you're one-to-one, for me, who's been a very shy person, that was also a little bit of an issue in the beginning, because I felt it very intimate. But today I actually love it in a different way, because that's where you can dig deeper. You're not on the surface like you can be a lot of times on a public demonstration. Sorry, my mind is going like usually, it's not normal. Anyway, so when you're doing a one-to-one, I feel I get to know the person in a totally different way. I look at the strength, I look at the weakness within them, and how I can encourage them to become stronger and better version of themselves. And that's the part of the spiritual assessments, so to speak. I also look there for the talents within this area. I believe everything is about healing, so that's the first thing I will look for example, and how to use that one. Then if they're doing other things like therapy or mediumship, trance work, whatever, we will look at them areas as well, and see if we can make them take some steps forward. And this is one-to-one, and I find it very important that the client opposite me feels that I see them, I hear them, and that I actually understand them. And that's why I usually start by looking in the aura and look for the strength and the weakness, as I said. Who is this person? What's makes them going? You know, what makes them tick? You know, how are they functioning? And in that way, when I know them, I can give them constructive advice, you know. I wouldn't take an advice from anybody if they didn't understand me, if they didn't see me and got me, you know. How can they give advice then? So I find that part quite important. And it's also a very private moment where I feel it's important for the client to know that I'm totally there for them. That's their half an hour, the 30 minutes. and all my focus should be on them. Then another thing is on the private sittings is the evidential part, and I mean that's probably usually when the pressure comes in a lot of time for mediums, because we are afraid that we're not going to be good enough, especially if they lost the son or the daughter, for example. And it can be very, very emotional, and the pressure on top of that you want to deliver. You might sense that they're giving this one shot. They might even have told you that, yeah, I'm trying this, we'll see if it works. I don't really believe in this. And the pressure on you as a medium is immediately that, my God, I can change their life and I can let them come out and breathe a little bit. Or they maybe go out and think that was a lot of rubbish, and you know, they will have a miserable life. And that's huge pressure to put on yourself. So for me, I make it as easy as I can for you. First of all, I know, and like I said to every client, I know that your loved one will be here. If I'm not managed to work with them, it's not because of the spirit, it's because of me. And I'm gonna try to do the best I can for you. Can't do more than that. And then I take a little bit of pressure away, because I'm not saying I'm gonna prove something for them. I'm not telling them I can do this. I'm just telling them I'm gonna do the best I can for you. And that's all you can do. And when the pressure eases off a little bit, it's usually much easier to get into the energy properly, because the fear is out of the way, and you can keep a focus in a better way. And I love them sessions when you have that strong connection with the loved one from the spirit, and they can feel the energy in the room, and you can see the tears of joy, not just sadness, you know, but to actually feel that you're helping this person opposite you to breathe a little bit easier, because they felt that you brought the mom or dad, the son or the daughter there for them, and they could feel it and they could sense it, and that actually gives them hope that one day they're gonna meet them again, and also it makes them cope with life. I don't think I have met anybody who lost their children to the spirit world who hasn't said to me afterwards, if it wasn't for their belief system and the sittings they might have had, that they without no doubt now that was the boy, the daughter or whatever who came through, that's how they cope with life after they lost a child. So yeah, we have an important job there to do, and of course it gets scary, because it can make or break someone, you know. So it's important to be humble with the work you do, and if you really have a calling in here and you really feel that this is what you are here to do, try to be kind to yourself. Don't be hard on yourself, because this is hard enough. I usually say mediumship is actually quite easy, and it is. This is the complicated one. So be nice, be kind, and realizing that at least you're trying to be there for someone, and that's quite nice. We're living in a stressful world, when dog eat dog, as we say, and people can be very selfish, demanding. So for you, putting your time and effort out there to be there for someone because you feel good if you can help someone, is actually quite magical. It's fantastic, and we need people like that. We need a lot of them. So if you are one of them out there who thinks that this is interesting and I feel that I would like to do this, be kind to yourself, be nice to yourself, because then you are meant to do it. And it's much easier if you go about your journey with kindness to yourself than being a perfectionist that's gonna beat yourself up because you didn't get everything right. No one of us get everything right. We can only do the best we can do. So that's my advice for today, and wish you a great day, a good week, great month, great year. Anyway, bye for now.